underwriter for commercial.
But who was it?
After-
Appalachian.
And then use them to try to point them up.
Before that's that he was, and then MVP.
Yeah, one of them. He's a community.
Okay.
Like that, so make it big. And cheap.
Underwriting. It's the same thing. Everybody's drastically understaffed.
It is. I'll be back.
Oh.
Okay, we're
So I
good.
called anyone I knew.
What it's looking at.
You know, I didn't sell them, but the fact it wouldn't be that.
Yeah. You see what I mean? Does anyone know? What? Why it's only a lens? Is there a cover on it? Looks like there's a cover inside of it, but I don't know how you move. Oh. Okay, we are good.
Here we are.
Okay, you wanna click on our face maybe? Double. Okay, good.
We're good?
Okay.
Ready to rock? Alright.
6 to 8 minutes.
8-minute delay. Welcome, everybody. It's called to order the Tag County IDA regular monthly meeting for May 2026. We'll do a quick roll call. I'm here, Brenda Vanek. Tracy Manella is excused. Eric Knowles is excused. Kevin Gillette here. Barbara Case is with us virtually. Hey, Barbara, how are you?
Hello, how are ya?
Good. And Ron Seatham here. No guests outside of normal today. Actually, I was wondering if somebody might show up right in the midst of Vigo Appalachian School District stuff.
Yeah.
We're all over that, but
I caught that flyer. I thought that was
it's pretty well
Yeah,
done. I think
I thought
layman's terms.
Yeah.
They're not wrong.
20 years ago, it wouldn't look anything like that, but yeah.
Problem.
Corey was on the radio too.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Oh. There was an Appalachian where my kids go are smart to a big chorus and band concert during the vote. Trying to get people to vote. All right. So first item on the agenda here, approval of the minutes from last meeting. Anybody have anything they want to chat about or we'll take those minutes? Yeah, I think so. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, so let's see, what did we do last one? Keely did, talk about the audit for a while. Tracy was super excited. If there's anything super extensive. We agreed to engage appraisals. That's.
we can accept the minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Alright,
Opposed? Carried. Financials, yeah, financial reports for March. We went through those, I did not see anything of major notes. Anybody has anything to add on those? Relatively quiet. Relatively quiet one. We think DRIs will be gone between now and end of year, right? Anybody have questions on financial reports? That I look for a motion to acknowledge the financial statement.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Committee, item A is our on the deal. Which, I don't even know.
Wait, that's this.
It's not even the end.
Yeah, it's just a letter.
I think she was waiting for us to respond and then she said she'd generate it. And then I just realized she wants to know if we wanna split up.
That's the only document that shows how much,
That's what I.
that's the only one that shows how much our audit's gonna potentially cost us, I think it's a better part of 70% more than we thought it was gonna be. Which again, Brenda speaks the language better than I do, but my layman's understanding of her narrative there is basically they disagreed with the last auditor's end of year numbers and wanted to restate them. So they went through that process and charged us an additional $7,000 for the privilege and didn't communicate said overage until they had already done the work.
And that's my beef with it.
I mean, again, working in it's not the same industry, but it's a similar industry where communication is really at the forefront of how you either do your job well or don't. I can tell you, because there's alternatives in the world, if I tell somebody that their cost of their loan is going up 70% and I do it at the closing table, I expect to verbally get my ass kicked.
Right. If you take your car to the garage, and you expect them to pay $1,500 for the job. They call you up and they go, it's done, and you go pick it up and it's $5,000. They did all the work without calling you before you authorized it.
And technically, I don't think they can do that in that situation, but in this case here, we've got a
In this case here,
$7,000.
what gave them right? They didn't call anybody, they didn't say, hey, this is gonna cost you $7,000 or.
They have a clause in their engagement letter that says, if we come upon any unforeseen circumstances or have to spend extra time for X, Y, and Z, and they give this whole list of things that could be covered, which what they did falls under that. But it does say, we will let you know beforehand or when that time comes, and they did not do that. So I think we have an argument there. Do you want to go that route?
Right.
And, I mean, are we engaged with them for the next multiple years?
We bid it for 3 years, but they signed engagement letters year by year, so.
That's the challenge. I mean, if you jump firms,
Right,
open the door for the same damn thing,
right.
you know.
But it's also a qualified opinion, and that's gonna continue, maybe.
That's gonna
doesn't matter.
potential, that's the potential challenge that you have is in Cerro, which the audit process was very simple.
Right. Well,
They gave us unqualified opinions every year. They never brought up the issue with our leases.
right,
I guess that would be the only potential route is to go back. Or you do this, but if they charge us $7,000 for this, For them to go through all
Oh,
those
yeah.
leases,
It's gonna be a lot.
what's that gonna cost
A
you?
lot,
That's gonna cost you 15, maybe more.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
you're living with unqualified opinions or qualified opinions going forward.
Is that okay? I mean, I don't know, who cares about what our
Comptroller's
opinion
office.
is, right?
This is
And
the comptroller.
When we talked on the phone, with her, she said her recommendation was to not go
Yeah.
through the leases if we're fine with the unqualified opinion. She just said it was more of a hassle than it was worth it.
Oh, yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt. I mean, that would cost us dearly because we have a lot of them.
And she did say that there are other entities that do have qualified opinions, and that's just how it is. So apparently it's not a big deal. I don't like the sound of it personally. I mean, because are we subjecting ourselves to that going forward, even when we switch auditors? You switch an auditor in 3 years and they're gonna see qualified opinion, they're gonna stick with it.
Stay
You're
with
never
it.
gonna get out of it unless we fix that lease issue.
Should be. Oh,
Yeah, well, then what do you do? Go back to them, Sarah? You're not gonna do that, right? And they don't care. They're done.
they don't care.
No, they're not gonna come back. And not lie. So we either have to find somebody to fix it.
I still think it does make sense just to go through the exercise since we haven't for a while and summarize our leases.
Yeah, I don't
Which
think
ones?
that's bad.
Which ones are technically even under an agreement, which ones are month to month, which a lot of that's on the spreadsheet already. It probably just needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
That was my issue with that whole thing too, was I felt like we don't really know. Right? We don't know if they're immaterial. We don't
A
know.
couple of them might be. I mean, I saw the nice egg ones come through. I mean, those ones pay us, what, $6,000 or something a year.
Nice.
And if they're month to month, you don't have to do, my
I
understanding.
think
is-
most of them you're gonna see are probably month to month. There's not a lot of new
So
ones
I
out
don't, in
there.
my opinion, my understanding is you don't have to do the right.
And that's just
they're
it.
month to month.
If, that's why I think it makes sense to go through the exercise,
Right,
figure out which ones are and which ones aren't. And I think you're gonna find that the overwhelming majority of them are month to month.
Well, they're kind of like every year, not really month to month, you know.
Well, the use of certain, over certain value.
well, that might probably materiality, right? If it's a
Mhm.
material amount, if it's not, you could probably argue
Yeah,
that.
but you got some of them coming in at $150 a year. It's like,
Right,
Yeah, the one that we have that's for 5 years is only $150. That's our newest one. And then all the other ones are kind of like evergreens and haven't ever been updated since
Right.
like the 90s.
right.
and so we don't have any kind of, we have a document, we have a lease document,
Yeah,
which is.
yeah.
annual,
Some of 'em are
or
If you
monthly?
guys, if
Yeah.
you want to see them, I scanned, most of them were paper and I scanned them all in. So we have, digital copies now.
Most of them were, like Casey said, most of them were evergreen. They were signed once in the
Mhm.
90s.
Right.
And it just renews until one of us cancels.
Yeah, which is in essence your month to month. I guess in this case, year to year. But
Yeah.
So do we redo our leases and make them month to month?
I
Oh,
think most of them already are. The only ones that I can think of is actually, one of the newer ones is the one in Newark Valley for the glamping place.
Yep, there's that one and then there's, Nick
That
Emmett.
is the other.
And then,
Park Outdoor always stays under lease agreement. I think they want to for the billboards.
cause there's varies how many billboards they have, cause they had to take down one billboard, so then their
Right.
lease was modified.
Right.
So that one's more updated, I think.
That one, I think they, based on their business practice, want under formal agreement.
Mhm.
So you might have a couple, but again, what's material? Theirs might be material, Nice Eggs might be material.
well,
I
and
make
if you put them all
immaterial.
together, maybe then the material and that,
Yeah, but if you're gonna value them, they're gonna be valued all on different
Right.
time frames.
Cause I think we only get like $15,000 a year total for all our leases. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
probably about right,
yeah.
So. Altogether, they said it was material. In our meeting, so I don't know what it would be if we divided them out.
I think that's why we wanna just try to keep that spreadsheet up to date, just in case anybody was to question us on it.
I did send them that,
Did you?
yeah, for the audit. I had to give them that. And I gave them all the leases as well. They just didn't have time to go through them all.
Cost us another $7,000.
by the time to go put it, that's. That's doing the audit, right?
I don't know, I mean, I've never come across it, not that I've been doing this forever, but it just again for. I just know in my profession, if I did that.
Well, it definitely leaves a bad taste. in
There's
my mouth.
alternatives, right? Right.
So,
You guys working on with this outfit outside the IDA as well?
We worked with
Yeah,
them,
I think I heard that in a previous.
we
Land
worked
bank.
with them for the land bank, we've been the auditor for the land bank for almost the whole time. We've never had this issue, but they started with them. You know, and I don't.
Looking at our financials from previous year to what they changed, what was the?
I don't know if you could tell by comparing them, but the main thing was the revenue. They moved some revenue from what was in 24 and had to go to 25, I think, right? Right.
There was some of the grants, it was grant revenue, and then it was, they didn't like the way we were reporting DRI past. Which they wanted us doing as a,
I don't remember that, what was that about?
It was just what you were saying, is that it was expended in.
Oh, okay,
One
right,
year,
right,
but
just the
reimbursed
timing
another
of
year.
the revenues when they were reported, so it's not like it's wrong, it's just what period.
We had revenue anticipated that we never came into the fall.
Right, it should have been recorded in a different period.
But it's like hard to predict with DRI because we don't know. when-
well, DRI is frustrating just because, I mean, we really are a pass-through. I mean, as soon as that money hits our account, we're under obligation to get it right out the door.
It was other thing, I mean, it was like the big dollar amounts for DRI, and now it was like the dishes money for the flood.
Oh, the $1,400 we randomly received.
Yeah, there was ARC funds report, so it was like a combination of things. And I think they felt that they had to go back to fiscal year at 2024.
To look at to see where,
There was corrections from 25. And, you know, Bowers was just coming on really at that point, and she said she thinks now we can track it with classes. So but again, the DRI thing is the only tough thing, because we don't know when property owners are
No.
expending money. They just come to us on the backside of it and say, hey, we want a reimbursement. They said what we could do is basically have a spreadsheet we send to each of them and say, what did you spend in 26? You have to,
oh my god,
so we have to report it now.
wow.
But again, that's kind of a pain for us, but we'll do it, but it's just not easy.
And we only have 2 projects left for DRI left, so that'll.
Well, that's what I was
this
asking,
year.
if it's gonna close out this year and it's gone off the books during the year, then the issue
It won't be out.
disappears.
I think we'll have it next year too,
Well, then you're stuck at least with the existing projects.
because we have,
The one project is gonna be 4850 Lake Street though.
Oh, so that,
Control.
yeah, then you got
that
control.
one will be easy to, that's gonna be the one that's gonna roll over to the next year's.
That
We're the
won't be an
ones in
impact.
charge of that one anyway,
You're
so.
not at the mercy of somebody else on that.
That one is
I think
Tioga Trails, yeah.
So I guess, do you guys want us to push back on this additional charge further? I mean, their other question was, do we wanna, we're agreeable to the charge, do we wanna pay it all up front, or do we wanna spread it out over 3 years?
So what if we're not agreeable?
I don't know, Joe. What if we're not agreeable?
No, in reality, the way you deal with this is whether you renew, I mean, you're gonna have to pay it.
Yeah, they've got that's what all that is, it's their narrative back behind supporting what it is. I can tell you, we got an initial bid that said their audit was gonna cost 17 grand.
Right.
We certainly were not a big gauge. of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I mean, they've mishandled.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
at the end of the day, I don't hear anyone that, hey, they didn't do the work for this, with a
Right.
wasn't a fair price for what they've done. you know, you're a public body, you gotta know these things
Right.
in advance.
Right. Right.
But the way you ordinarily deal with it is, we're just not gonna deal the next
Mm-hmm.
time around.
Mm-hmm.
As you've discussed, there are even issues with that.
Yeah.
Cause you're stuck with an unqualified.
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, well, that's, I guess, the bad taste in the mouth is, not only are we paying an additional $7,000, they've basically created an issue that we didn't have before in a qualified opinion, so it's twofold.
Well, maybe we'll get the leases figured out and it'll be okay and then.
Well, can Bowers help with that, do you think? Have we talked to them at all about?
I don't know if they do that, but we can always look at other, companies. We
Yeah,
have
I think
to
we
go
just
through
gotta
on,
start by getting them summarized, and then we can have a quick audit meeting to go through it.
Yeah.
We did talk to Beatrice about that. We'll check with her again.
They might have a separate department, or we
she
could
said
also
that.
ask MRD Group if they do something like that as well, because we're already working with them. And they've been really great, so we can like shop around to make the process for next year easier.
That accounting change after this whole process was like, geez, did the accounting offices lobby for that so they could get more billable hours? Cause there's not a single layman in the world that gives a damn about that.
Or lawyers says we gotta pay it.
Okay.
Guess that's it.
Just pay it all now or pay it over the 3 years.
Paying over 3 years is gonna create another accounting issue.
Okay. She just asked.
Yeah, they'll say, yeah, you're not recording your accruals, right? So we got-
Okay, so yeah, front end looks like.
Just wanna be annoyed this year and then not be annoyed 2 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might forget about it.
Yeah.
They certainly don't think it, I mean, whoever's talking to these folks would be well within their, rights to express their displeasure in this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We should.
So,
Let
We
them.
did, I can say it
Yeah.
again. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like she did your,
Yeah, and
Not
she
for-
acknowledged that she didn't bring it up. She apologized. but
yeah.
Didn't say, I'm not gonna charge you, but she did apologize.
Yeah.
She didn't bring it up at the time.
I
Because,
think that was her, that's why I think she offered to split it over 3 years.
no, that's not the issue.
Yeah.
yeah, scrape a couple grand off the top, that's an offer.
Right, right,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Monster firm at the end of the
Right.
day, if they lose us, they give a damn.
Right.
Learn.
Nice to know.
Yeah. Governance, finance, loan, railroad, public relations, nothing else on any of this, unless somebody's got anything they wanna add. I will say for us that are on the loan committee, there is a deal getting close.
Yeah, we scheduled the meeting for a week or 2 out.
Yeah, it was a Monday, right?
11th, actually.
Oh, so that's Monday.
Yep.
Okay, so it'll be coming. So ideally something to move on next month for loan committee. New business, there's a picture in our packet of right away, right of entry permit for utility maintenance up near Blodgett Road. They prepare legal work for that, Joe, that we just have to review, or?
I haven't seen it.
So they didn't prepare legal work. They asked us, they reached out to RJ first, and RJ Coleman referring back to us. We reached out, or at least they had reached out to Wendy Walsh with Soil on Water, just because that was in the same area where we've been. So we had just heard back from Mike Gerard, and it sounds like it's not gonna impact what was done there. And then they said forward it on to Joe and just asked what we would need, because they were asking us if we wanted some kind of right of entry permitting for this or not, so we can go back to them, we just need to tell them what we need to access it.
Where is it? What is it? I'm looking at the,
I don't know exactly where they're.
Blog off of Blodgett.
Gotta be.
I don't know, maybe you can't see it.
Is it the little line that's not?
So the red line's the.
Does it not show, right?
Oh, look at, she's got color.
Oh, I
We got
printed
black
mine
and white.
separately.
Oh, always the
Sorry, we
special
didn't
ones
think-
have the color stuff.
So I thought it was over here, I don't know if you guys can see. And yeah, so this is the access road to the, is it a pole? Or, yeah,
Is it nice thing?
well, look, Bella reached out, I believe it's probably
Oh,
on behalf of NICEAG. They said they don't anticipate the work will encroach on the railroad right of way, but it's very close.
Gotcha.
So that's all we're concerned with is the railroad right away. What's the piece right there where it comes off of Logic? That piece has nothing to do with us, right?
I think we're just right away.
Yeah.
I gotta come and look at the special color map.
Yeah. Mine isn't, it's because it was from receivable route.
Yeah, when I initially looked at this, I'm like, geez, what is that, water? But it's just field.
Right here.
It's just a field.
Yeah, so it's coming this way.
Yeah, turn around.
I was looking at the southern.
Yeah.
All right, now I get it.
It comes here. Just the temporary access road.
I'm good now. I'm excited
So
up
do
and
we
everything.
need anything for that? Do we need?
What do we need, Joe?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
that's a
anything?
question for this guy. We need anything? Not that I can. There we go. Everybody's happy. We saved a ton of money there.
There you go.
Pay for the audit.
Yeah.
Do they have to like restore it to anything if it's, or is it just them driving through? I guess we could get a little more detail, but if they mess anything up along the way. Like driving their trucks back there.
I mean, the only piece of this is it's a contracting company that's going to go in there and do some work.
On our,
That's a liability thing.
on our
That's all right
property.
if they're on us. But they,
No, I'm missing the question. Yes, it is.
I'm sorry. I just wanna make, cause they were asking us, but we wanted to give them permission to access it. And if they're driving technically on our property and like their trucks mess it up, like, is there any, we need their insurance? any-
Insurance certificate, yes, I'm sorry. We should-
Okay.
Absolutely should have.
And we don't, do we need any kind of like temporary access agreement? It's just the
I
insurance.
would expect they would be submitting, I guess that's why I'm saying, ordinarily, they would be submitting one to us.
Okay, so you want me to ask them? to
Yeah,
submit- Is
absolutely.
there something specific it's called, just
Certificate
Access
of,
agreement, it's a temporary easement.
a temporary, okay, right, we will ask them for
then we
that.
want to be additional insured on the
Yeah,
certificate. of
absolutely,
insurance.
absolutely.
We want to see their limits.
well, everybody should be throwing liability and workers' comp at you before they ever
Right.
come on site anyway.
Yeah, I'll be
Otherwise, you're liable for both.
I'm sorry, I was answering the question as to whether we were preparing.
Oh,
It should be
I
coming, it should be coming our way.
Okay. We will,
But if they don't, I mean, I can, and I can see, put something together quickly, but,
Okay.
I'd rely on them first off, you know. I mean, they gotta have that on the shelf. They're doing that
okay.
all the time.
We'll
But the
ask-
insurance is an absolute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Oh, you're.
I was a link behind. I was listening to Kelly.
You're more than a link.
Britt and her team put together a new standard operating procedure for invoice processing and check disbursement that's out here. So. Why? Checks balance.
Worked through it a couple of times, we're just trying to streamline the IDA and the land bank work, especially having Lisa on board now doing all that. We said it should be interest, she was okay with it, but just wanted you guys to look at it too. Right now, we don't have operating procedures at all. So we kind of want to get it go, everything kind of headed that direction moving forward.
We had the privilege and the benefit of having as many people involved.
Yeah.
Before, it was pretty easy. Actually, for a long time, it was pretty easy until they finally said you need a little bit of separation of duties. Then you only had 2. Max. You want a formal motion to approve this?
I mean, if you guys are ready to, if you want us to, if you want to have a chance to look at it, that's fine too. See, we're just trying to do it when we have
Sure,
time.
sure. Don't anticipate any issues. Okay. Full business.
Oh, the next thing is the unused business, and we have the directors and officers liability insurance renewal.
Is that?
Is it, you not have it on yours, is C?
I'll never see.
Got no seat.
Oh, well, I have a seat.
Last one.
Are we just having it, do you have a seat though? Anyone have a seat?
We're special people, right?
Yeah, I guess some people get a
Her
seat.
C is color.
Do you have a seat?
It's on the pre-meeting agenda.
Oh,
It's
not
on
the
this
new one.
agenda. Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
got taken off the final agenda.
Okay, well, the next, sorry about that. Here's the,
It's a really long insurance policy, which won't mean much of anything to me. You're the insurance guy. Here you go. We know what it says.
sorry about that, guys.
They're covered unless it's excluded. That's what it said.
There you go.
Cause you and I have seen, we pretty.
And it's up to the claims person to determine whether it's excluded or not.
I just did different
You should get the-
like 1 to 2 for you and I.
I'm only
One to
red.
23 for the whole-
He'll make sure that. She'll learn that.
Yeah, that's me. Rolling. Yeah. 45 hours
Yeah.
now.
That's what it's do.
That policy covers us. That somebody sues us as a board member, so I think that's probably one you want to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have to have that.
I'm in favor.
And it's 2 million, 4 million too. So usually standard commercial policies, when look to either additional layers. of liability.
Maybe somebody's really crazy. No.
In Philadelphia. It's up there, right near where Jones is.
Philadelphia really, really, really doesn't like sawmills.
No. There's only, when insurance companies don't like something, they don't like,
It's right after 2 big losses.
yeah.
We jumped in with both feet.
We
Jumped
just
out
need a
and this is
motion to
quick.
approve, so Dawn can sign it.
So I look for a motion to formally renew the IDA directors and officers liability.
We're gonna put the check mark next to the C I'm writing in here.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I got it, my other one, I got it, it's like, it's right.
You know, Lisa printed our documents off with the same time as your guys', so it's funny that none of you have a seat, but we do. I don't know.
Well, in their packets, like one of the pages was not the right way.
She had to reprint like one of your pages. It
Mhm.
printed only one page, landscape instead of portrait, but then everything else was portrait and ours was portrait, so we don't know what was going
It's a
on.
struggle.
So this is renewal, we've had this.
We've had that,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, got a motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Cool. Gary. Paid a bill. Anything new at MRB?
Yeah, they sent me an email with some, recommendations for the policies they reviewed. I just got it before the meeting, so I didn't want to bombard you guys with more information, so I'll put it in the packet for next month. And then we're setting up a meeting with MRB too to review the recommendations before we bring it to the board anyway, so once we have that meeting, we'll have more of an update.
Anything new on? QuickBooks?
Lisa and Casey were drafting those, proposed guidelines for, to kind of change it into a community revitalization program, and we just sent those to HUD.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for them to get back to us.
We get our, on the topic of liability insurance, do you make any progress with the appraisal company?
Oh, I'll call them tomorrow. I don't understand.
What's the
I've never had anyone push back for liability or errors and omissions insurance, so I don't really know what's going on. I'll call
So the appraisals are in process of quickly stalled.
them.
Yep, we made progress, just.
It's the way of the world anymore. Even the simple stuff's complicated. You wanna talk about Lake Street?
Yeah. You guys wanna talk about it? Kevin, no.
Hey, you wind me up.
Sorry. No, boy.
It's all on
It
you.
was just real quiet. I had to get cracked.
I've been under a lot of stress. I'm just chilling over here.
You've been on vacation, haven't you?
Oh, I gotta go back.
Life's a vacation.
Recent tree is killing me.
The hardest, you're better off just staying, don't go.
I'm gonna take that advice.
Yeah.
I think I did let you guys know that in February, the land bank officially closed on it.
It was on Facebook. It has to be real.
Facebook. Oh, yeah, so they closed in February, and then, just a few weeks ago, John and Ron. John, Ron, and Hannah Murray, who's the chair of the land bank, we all met to talk about next steps and what a potential partnership structure could look like, and then just also giving them updates on what the structure would look like from our team from economic development. So I just put together a shortened version of our conversation here for you guys to look at. What the collaboration would look like in terms of like our office being the project manager and managing the grants, reporting, and all that stuff that comes along with it. And then obviously the land bank would be the property owner, and then we talked about the potential for the IDA to help with the financing piece of it. It's all grants, so we're not asking for funds, just to carry the costs until we get reimbursed the grants for the project. So, and then we do have to break it into phases. Phase one, we're just talking about the brick repointing and the roof replacement right now. And we're working on getting updated numbers for all of that. We do have the funds, the grant funds available for that first phase. We're gonna have to go after other funding sources for phase two, which would be the build out of the residential units on the second floor. And then down the road, if more funding becomes available, we'd look to do the third floor apartments. But right now, we're really focused on phase one and phase two to meet the Restore New York grant requirements. So we have some timelines, obviously subject to change based on when some of these approvals come in. And so that's kind of spelled out there. And then I think there's just some other information about, the environmentalists were already done. We've already started the state and local approval processes, and there was design work done for the property as well by a previous two owners actually. So we do have those drawings in hand now. And then we're going to set up, reoccurring meetings, with Ron as he's the chair of my ED&P committee, and John is the chair of the IDA, and Hannah. So we did get that on the schedule just to kind of do regular updates with that group, and those groups can obviously come back and report to the individual boards. And then I'm just waiting for official word from Empire State Development and the Department of State to move the grant funds that are for this first phase into the land bank's name. So we can just kind of get that secured. I did send Joe some draft development agreements. I know there was a lot, so you guys are still looking at those.
Yes.
And then once Joe looks at them, I'll have to send them to Pete Dwin at the county level too. So I don't know, I know that's a lot. I didn't want to bombard you guys with too much information in this meeting. Happy to share whatever we have, or if anyone has any specific questions. I think in June, I'd like to come back with, once Joe's had a chance to finish looking at the partnership agreement. So it lays out the development of the project, the financing piece of it, and the operations once the building's complete and what that structure would look like. And then it had like a phased addendum to it, so we wouldn't approve like the first phase until we have all the numbers, and we bring that back before the board with a financing plan, draw schedule, and reimbursement request schedule. The first phase we would look to do either the brick repointing or the roof replacement first, get it reimbursed, and then go on with the next piece of it. So, if anyone has any questions, it's just where we're at right now.
I say, we ought to connect this building to the theater.
Good there, exactly. How are you gonna get the parking lot thing?
Who cares? There's no parking on it. We don't. But even if you did a second story, I think, it's just an opinion. You would get better utilization out of both buildings. People go, oh, there's gonna be a little restaurant area or something in this building downstairs. I don't know. What do you got planned, Casey?
Or downstairs?
Yeah.
We were thinking about potentially maybe seeing if a daycare could go in the downstairs.
Well, that's
What do
gonna
you think of
change the whole theater.
that?
Theater and a movie.
Yeah.
No, just,
It's like,
thinking of downtown, yeah. Diaper changing stations maybe in that hall.
You gonna be a part of
Yeah,
that?
I'm glad to see, pressure wash maybe. Yeah, I'm glad to see something's going on there. God bless you.
I gotta go in the other day. It's really cool inside.
Yeah.
And
It is?
creepy, but cool. Yeah. It's missing the third floor. You can kind of see up to the
Oh,
third
wow.
floor.
Yeah.
But the downstairs, it's ginormous. From the outside, it looks large, but I felt like in the inside, it looked even bigger, and it's pretty. It was like
Yeah,
nice.
it's a beautiful building.
Yeah.
I mean, not beautiful in a lot of ways, but it is really a nice structure. Is the roof deck and all that stuff been taken off, or is that all gotta be raised before you get to the roof?
He took the majority of it off. He left like a small chunk up front because he didn't want to be told that he couldn't put it back if he wanted it. So that there's just a small piece that has to come off.
Yeah, I gotta go up to the roof too. I didn't walk on it though.
She,
it was a great place to see fireworks from.
Oh,
Yeah. This says the property owner, Tioga County Property Development Corp.
yeah, that's the name of the land bank, the official.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
We always just call
I-
them land bank shorthand.
I don't know why ours is
got
different.
there, I don't know, but it's most awkward.
Because Broome County is just called the land bank.
Yeah, I know, I've heard the other land bank.
I mean, that's what we call it in the office, cause it's Tioga Land Bank.
It's easier than.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You get the pigeons out?
I saw 2 left. There's only 2 in there.
Oh, wow.
They're new, I assume.
Had to be
They're
low.
not decomposed, so. I don't really know. much
They're a
about
living pigeon.
pigeon.
Making,
Pigeons, but-
So I guess if you guys are good with it, I'll get back with Joe and have him look at it and have Pete look at those agreements and bring those back next month.
Once, I just think once things start moving over there and you get it shored up. Kind of almost shiny, and
he's
you're
gonna
gonna
be
get some excitement.
Mhm.
People get excited because you're gonna see, it's what they just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You know,
People have said some positive things about it too. They're like, oh, finally, something's being done here, so,
it's not like it can be tucked away.
no.
No.
For everybody.
Tractor Supply. There's news, so they'll be open in February. There you go.
Oh, yes.
They don't need us anymore.
Yeah, February 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a failure. So many levels.
Mr. Positive.
No, it's just no way something takes that long. Just no way. It's like a trip down Grant Lane.
Mhm.
So projects moving along. Lockheed Martin, you said the
I
US
got
officer.
all of their comments, I'm going through them, but what I've been through so far isn't consequential, so. I would think we could possibly close this month. You aren't gonna be out of town this month, are you?
Not this month.
Okay,
I can just come to your office again if that works. Sales tech, oh, yeah, so that's the news. How'd this morning's meeting go with Best Buy?
yeah, I thought it went well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Progress.
Yeah.
well, they seem to grasp it, you know.
We have a new CFO, what is it, started in the last like 3 months. The other job.
Well, this is a higher level of engagement,
Yeah,
you know, which says something when the CFO gets on the call.
Mhm.
You know, I thought it was positive. I mean, they seem to get what we were saying. This could be a huge problem, guys. Let's solve it now.
Right? Right.
so they're gonna go back through the spreadsheet and just, cause they both are newer, they weren't here from the beginning.
Right.
They're gonna go back, make sure the numbers are right, and then just needed a ST 340 form from them for this year, the last 6 months of this year, which they told us they didn't, or I'm sorry, of 25, and they told us they didn't spend anything in the first 6 months of 25, so hopefully that's easy.
Might be able to get this thing off of here, huh? Nothing new on the second one.
Nope.
Right.
Where is that?
Second one? Which one?
Artie's.
Artie's Lake Street, that's the old Gallery 41 building.
Okay.
These are other DRI project outside of 4850 Lake Street that's left, and we're working on drafting him an email to
Yeah.
give him a drop dead deadline, so. He did his exterior work, he just has been slow to move forward with doing his interior scope, so,
And the exterior looks very nice.
yeah, they did do a nice job on it.
So we don't even know if they're planning to move forward with the other part then.
He told us he was, but it hasn't been bid.
Oh, okay, yeah, so they're super preliminary.
Mm.
All right. Lounsbury study, I guess working backwards, the second one's closed out. We got our money and everything, right?
Yep.
So that would fall off. Top one, we talked about a little bit. We've got some money still left to spend. I think it was the last page in the packet. I see it sitting there. We got some designs for a sign. And they're okay with us using that money for a sign?
We asked, we're waiting to hear back.
Okay.
We just had to first get board approval, and then once we got board approval, then we updated our scope of work, sent it to the state, and they would let us know, and then we can.
So that's so we're just waiting on them at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's a design there for me, Rusty.
It was less expensive than we thought it was gonna be, and they did a nice job. Couple options. And then after that, we'll just have to decide where we wanna put it.
Sure. I like that.
Rail with trail study. Waiting on a grant agreement for the first one. That was the state question. Was that one or the second one?
The first one, we had, the state had some questions.
So you're just waiting on a response from our responses.
Yes,
Okay.
Britt responded to them.
Sure.
Thank you.
And the ARC app just went in within the last month.
Yep, John submitted it for us.
Yeah, it's always fun logging into that system.
Yes.
DRI multi-site.
We already kind of
Talked
touched
about
on it.
that a couple times.
Yep.
And USDA, nothing new, other than you mentioned that you thought maybe a potential new applicant for equipment lease?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody got a reason to go into executive? Anybody want to adjourn? Motion?
Who's the second person? Thanks, Brenda.
Very adjourned.
Crazy. Talking